Oh, I wish you guys could smell these beautiful flowers on these ornamental crabapple trees that are growing in the backyard. They're so sweet. They're so awesome right now. I just needed a couple minutes of your time as an introduction to the June readings for all signs. It's my pleasure to bring them to you once again. I hope you enjoy them. But I had to throw in a little just disclaimer saying that, yeah, the readings are for entertainment purposes only. If you have situations, maybe you need to go see a doctor of some fashion, this is not to be taken as medical advice. This is to be used for entertainment purposes. So, as the channel description says, be enlightened, be entertained, but most of all, be yourself. If you are needing a little bit of extra helping hand, please go and seek professional assistance from somebody that can get you to a place where you're feeling good and strong and as beautiful as these crabapple trees are. Okay, thanks guys. Enjoy your readings.
And although some of you might try to ignore us, I bet you can't, because we're hanging out with Taurus. Hi, Taurus. That was your cheesy little riddle. Almost everybody got one this go round, and thanks for joining me for this, your June 2017 general reading. We're looking for messages, hidden energies, and stuck energies for Taurus. So yes, thanks for tuning into this little YouTube channel, for your attention in this moment of space and time. We're looking for tarot to reveal any healing messages, any hidden messages, and any stuck energies that we could help shake up or shake loose for Taurus. Okay, and that's for June. So I'm not sure the status of the mid-June readings. It might come, it might not. They might be brief. I'm going to be sort of out and about in the world. So please apply these messages for the month of June, where no matter where you're at or wherever you're seeing this is likely the rest time. Wow, that top one was cut so thin, and that's the one I was drawn to. Very interesting. I hope you're all in a place of love, abundance, and bliss. Your sanctuary is warm, comfortable, and healthy. That's what we want. We want to make sure that we're all doing well. It's my intention for being here in the reading. Thank you for all your likes, comments, support into this channel. It helps keep me going. I really appreciate you guys and whatever it is you might be going through. And on the topic of your intention and what you are going through, maybe we're here just to pin that down a little bit closer, because you guys had 7 of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, which is the card, a lot of times you can clearly see it. It's indecision, and it's fantasizing, and it's like kind of a wandering type energy. Now, it's kind of counterintuitive, right? Because this person seems like they're thinking about all these different things. But the cup cards represent emotion. So these could be different feelings that this person is having in regards to certain thought process. There may be certain things. This is kind of like the trigger card. What triggers you to feel? What triggers you to open up? What triggers you to shut down? What triggers you to go up? And what triggers you to go around, right? So there's certain things like how you're interacting on a day-to-day level with whether it's adversity or things that are there to expedite your situation. It's like, how are things making you feel? It's almost like, I feel like it's like when you go in for a checkup or an exam, the doctor's like, overall, how are you feeling? Or please tell me what's wrong, right? Please tell me what's wrong. What's there that shouldn't be? What's taking up space in your head but not paying any rent? And what are we trying to attract more of, but maybe we're having a little trouble doing that, right? That's what's going on with 7 of Cups. So law of attraction card there. It's card of triggers, but also is very strongly tied to the law of attraction, right? How can we get what we want? Well, can you always get what you want? Sometimes you can't. Where are we in terms of our fight versus acceptance position when it comes to things that are sort of all over the map? So I, as a reader, will do my best as we work through the 7 major areas to try and pin down what this is for a lot of you, okay? Now, up here, we have a 5 of Wands reverse and grounding energy. Not too bad. This card shows that you could have relatively ease of passage through some areas that were normally adverse. And this could come in the workplace, in the morning commute. This could come in positioning yourself in certain, I don't know, social situations or situations where you're having to make your position or your opinion known. I see you being able to do that and get your point across with a lot of ease on the day-to-day level. When the 5 of Wands reverse, it occurs to me that there is going to be a lessening of infighting, a lessening of bickering and things of that nature. This could as well be, for some Taurus, be between you and a sibling, or between maybe two of your siblings, and you're just kind of like, what's going on? And maybe they're asking you to pick sides, or maybe they're asking you to reflect. Well, what side's more important? Who's more important, right? Or as well, it could be other people in your social circle that have recently gone through a breakup, and you're just kind of like, they were both my friend. What do I do with this, right? And on the other, things could just be harmonious, gathering towards a celebration. I don't know, when the four of wands is up, there's some sort of celebration, and we are in sort of wedding season. So this card could mean that like families could be coming together, and actually coming together very harmoniously, whether it's for family reunions or for weddings or anniversaries of things of that nature. Okay, so we're gonna leave 5 wands reversed there. It's good energy. It's good. It just means you kind of be like walking through, nothing too much coming in to trip you up. It's looking like a good month for you, Taurus. All right. One chakra up, we've got King of Swords there, up in your sacral energy. So what could this mean? This could be a person in your environment. This could be someone, your sweetheart, someone that you're close to in terms of the energy that's around you. This is a strong analytical person, usually a little bit older, and usually a little bit more adept at recognizing problems before they come up. Or being able to hear of a situation and have a solution for it, even maybe without seeing it. This is a very wise fellow, the King of Swords. There is a lot of knowledge, and like, I don't know, he borders on wisdom. I think his wisdom is shared with King of Cups energy, but you as an earth sign, Taurus, I think you're looking at this person as a great communicator, someone that listens authentically. This is somebody that perks up your sort of your view of the world when you speak with them. You know, you could be speaking with them, and then that conversation just leaves you feeling recharged, re-energized. And it's not like you were going into it like an energy vampire. This person just had so much wisdom, so much energy, and so much enthusiasm to share with you at any given point in time. And card is up in like the terms of, this is the person that you are making love to, at least the person that is closest to you in your life, the person that, you know, if you were to drop everything in regards to an unconditional love sort of energy, this is the person you would see. It could be a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, or just somebody that is a very effective communicator, law of air in his birth chart or her birth chart. And this is just somebody that, you know, I feel like you can be relying upon, or maybe assisting you in terms of helping you through whatever it is that you're walking through. It's almost like I picture you like arm in arm with somebody, and, you know, people just kind of getting out of your way kind of as you're walking down the sidewalk or the street with King of Swords, if that's an external person in your environment. If we want to internalize this card, the same attributes are true when King of Swords is straight up. This is a problem that's going to get solved. This is something that might have been even troubling you a little bit more. It was like not super serious, but it's been troubling you, and there's some sort of problem or resolution that's going to come as a result of it. And you're going to be doing it by yourself. Do you guys see a flipper in there? I see a flipper. I see, 2 flippers. All right, so something must have happened while we were shuffling, or something happened in the fluidity of the deck that we just have these cards up. So this is a decision. So maybe a problem's getting solved because you're being decisive on a particular way you're going to go. And this could be with a project, and this as well could be with a relationship for some of you. Some of you maybe just be renewing your commitment to said relationship, or asking someone to renew their commitment to a relationship, and that person is at a point where they will sort of say yes, give you what you want to hear, or tell you the truth kind of straight up. But either way, it looks like it's going to be helping you. This could be a project here as well where you may receive some constructive criticism, or just somebody else's viewpoint of how it could be better, or how you could tweak it just a little bit. And the home card is saying remain open to that. Stay open to that, because criticism is meant to be constructive, and the King of Swords is going to be able to deliver it in a way where you're not going to get upset that somebody comes shit all over all the work you did. This person is going to be like, you know what, it was good. If we would just take it and tweak it just a little bit, look how amazing it could be. So be open to that as well, and that's more getting that 5 of Wands energy. You won't be butting heads. You won't be fighting with anybody, that sort of thing, okay? But 7 of Cups, what we really want. Maybe this King of Swords is in our wishes. Maybe we're longing for that type of person in our life. Maybe we're at a single point in time where we're crushing on a King of Swords, right? It could be you're crushing on that person a lot, okay? Whoa, one step up, we got Queen of Swords. Right beside him. Interesting. And she's reverse. So, I gotta say, just be wary now of the air signs around you. Just be wary of love triangles being kind of brought into love triangles based of your crushes or based of your desires, I guess, so to speak. The Seven of Cups can also sometimes speak of temptation. Seven of Cups can also, like, it can be there and say, well, maybe you are have a very harmonious thing going on with somebody, but that person might be married, or that person might have other commitments that's not going to fully allow you to integrate into their lives, maybe at the level that you want, or maybe be able to pull out, extract some sort of fulfillment out of a relationship where this person just cannot go yet. The thing with the Swords family is like, yes, they're wise. They have a lot of knowledge. They are very good communicators. They get things done on the earth plane very, very well. But sometimes you can really be tapping into certain emotional immaturities. And Taurus, you're kind of like a good balance of that. You have a strong ability to be emotional, but to always keep them in check. Whereas like this kind of energy is like you may be dealing with somebody that has some energy, whereas like when their emotions are challenged and they're uncomfortable in what they're feeling, you can see them sometimes get a little bit ugly. You can see them sometimes get a little bit rash. You can sometimes see them get a little bit, I'm taking my ball and I'm not playing anymore because, this they've been upset and maybe it's something they haven't encountered before, or a situation where it's like there are certain emotional things that they are refusing to face. And if you are part of this person's environment, that you could be affected by this, most definitely. Queen of Swords, when she's reversed, is a cutthroat is cutthroat. I don't even want to put a word to it because when we get into it, we don't want to bring it down to that level. This can come out in terms of name calling. This can come out in terms of somebody just putting ultimatums down because they're butthurt over something little. That sort of energy. If this person is your environment, like me personally, I duck and run with that. I got a lot of water in my chart, so this definitely causes me to make me want to dive under the bed and not come out until this energy is gone, usually. But it's up in your gut instinct. So there might be something that you're facing, okay? And it could be into this Seven of Cups. What here can you... we talked about the external. We're sort of slowly fading into the internalization of this card with it up in your solar plexus. You may be listening to your body to be making some of these decisions, and they could be like immediate things that you're cutting out of your life. You're simply slashing and burning them, like getting them out of there. Queen of Swords reverse, like it doesn't have to be all bad. There's positivity in that. If something that is in your environment or causes you too much external thinking and causing you to feel a way that you don't appreciate, you're going to have the ability to cut it straight out of your life. Going back to this harmony here, it's like almost like victory is assured. You guys are like very strong in your positions, and I think I see it for kind of growth and expansion by like kind of trimming the fat, so to speak. Imagine these are butchers, right? And they're going to trim the fat off of all the issues so you can break things down to the nitty gritty and see things for exactly what they are. Sorry if my shadow's here. It's like late in the morning, Taurus. You guys are the 12 of 12 this time. You're going last. So I appreciate your patience. Hopefully you can see everything. I'll try and maybe keep my fat fingers off the cards so it makes for a better video. Okay. Wow. Heart of Hearts, moving on. We got Judgment card reversed. Now, Judgment card reversed is a big energy. This is the biggest energy now in this reading because this is in your heart. So I definitely see this carrying forward. The things that when you're listening to your body and you're cutting them out, it's immediately going to alleviate pressure on that heart chakra. It's going to allow it to spin more freely. It's going to be allowing you to engage more passionately on a more emotional level with the things that are important to you. For some of you, again, this is going to be family. This is going to be naming it to claim it. This is like my kids are most important to me. My husband or wife is most important to me. The photo albums are most important to me. These are the things that I do not want to go without. And you're like loving them and protecting them with all your heart. And you're providing for them, day in, day out. We haven't even seen any pentacles yet up in this reading. But I just get the song, like we're providing. Now we're kind of maybe even asking the family, like, where do we want to go on vacation? How are we going to budget this money? What are we going to do when it comes to all the choices we have when it's finally time to sort of cash in, when the hard work is paid off? It's almost like I want to see Seven of Pentacles up here in this reading, because it would go hand in hand, right? It's kind of like, well, what are we going to do with that? Are we going to hold on for something bigger? Are we going to get some immediate gratification? Or are we going to maybe take something mid-range in terms of happiness? And is it going to be for us, or is it going to be for somebody else? The Judgment card in the heart chakra is telling me that it could go either way. It could be something for both people, like especially if it's a relationship. You guys, some people might be thinking of like in a relationship where you may be joining your bank accounts for the first time, or if that scares you a little bit too much, maybe you're going to buy a little kitty or a little puppy together and see how that goes, in terms of like if you're kind of getting involved with someone on a more serious level, right? So these are sort of like the litmus tests that we're using, so we can really gauge our foothold of where, like, the relationships sometimes take on a life of their own, and we kind of are a part of that. So there's certain litmus tests that we do along the way to test whether or not we're still feeling safe, secure, and whether the other person is in it wholeheartedly, so that no toxicity can arise in this relationship once it does start taking on a life of its own. To be fully open, yes, when we're entering into these relationships, there are certain signs that will give their power away, and there are certain signs that will actually become more concerned for the success of the relationship and tend to close themselves off. Both can be conducive to allowing a good relationship to occur, but there has to be balance. It's almost like if two people are going to work together analytically to get things done, to raise some kids, to have a good life, it's almost like the marriage is like a business partnership, or the common law status is like a business partnership. We're just like, we're here getting it done to make life easier for one another. Yeah, we get to have some fun along the way. Yeah, we get to raise some beautiful children, but this is very much like an analytical approach to doing it. Whereas like the other side, where it's all this openness, I'll give you for an example, like a Taurus might just say, just all I need of you just to take some care of some loose ends. Let me do my thing. I will make sure you're comfortable. I'll make sure that you're hearing what you need to hear. I will do it all for you. I just need this, and this taken care of. And like somebody on the air side of thing, maybe a Libra or a Gemini, is saying, that's no problem, because I appreciate you and your independence, because it gives me the freedom to live my life. And when we come together at the end of the day, or every couple days, or every couple hours, depending on your situation, it just makes that appreciation grow anymore. So both are very effective, right? And it's all about how we're communicating with our partner, I feel, with this Judgment card up in our heart. These litmus tests like this, is the relationship healthy? It's almost like Taurus is going to be asking yourself that. Or you could find that an air sign is bugging you. They might be nagging at you. They might be saying, you never express your feelings. You never tell me how you're feeling. You never show me any appreciation. That kind of thing. Or what's been up with you lately? How come you haven't been around? How come you haven't, shown a lot of interest in me? And I think it's because, Taurus, you guys are just kind of in that gentle Gemini, Sun and Gemini air energy, where you're just like kind of out there, just doing it at your pace, your time frames, everything's, and like it's almost like any other signs around you may be picking up speed at present time, maybe like saying, come on, we gotta go, we gotta get this done, and you're just like, no, get out of my face, I'm not going anywhere right now, I'm staying put. And that's typical of your sign. And with Judgment there, I'm just going to ask for more clarifiers about what it is. You can kind of gauge with your partner what's going on. It's like you guys are making the call on a lot of things. Ooh, clarify this. We got number 15 up here. This is heavy, hard-hitting stuff for what's up in your heart. Some of you might be deciding to break off ties with people that are like needing an intervention. There may be somebody that you're close to now. This got heavy real fast. That is dealing with some addiction, that you are at a point where it's like maybe you've tried communicating with them heavily. You've tried being patient with this person. You may have even tried an intervention with this person at some point in time, and they have not come around. They're not an acceptance of the fact that they're against the collective, that they're in the wrong, that they're not worthy of your patience any longer, because judgment is reversed. So why are you not making that call? Why are you like? Are you enabling somebody, and do you need to get out of that type of energy? Your heart may be saying it's time. Your heart wants this to come up like this. We want these blessings in our life to come in, but something is blocking our heart, Taurus, I feel, that's not allowing to do it. Because you guys have got to decide what you're going to do about this situation. You've got to make that clear-cut choice, right? We ask King of Swords to tell us, what is it, right? And it's like, there's this choice that's coming on a home front where maybe somebody's needing to leave. Somebody's needing to face some sort of harsh reality. And Taurus holds sort of the keys to the gate, as it were, of like, if you're not going to play by the rules of this estate, this household, this establishment, then I need you to leave. I need you to go. You're not being helpful here in any type of situation. Okay, so that's Judgment reversed. We're gonna ask for one more. I don't like to leave it on that one. I like to believe that there's something more, right, all the time. All right, what's going on here? This is the Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck. There's a card that's flipped here. This is interesting. I really didn't feel these cards flip, but there's a really small, thin, shiny cards they might have flipped, or in terms of, they might have just been sitting that way. I don't even know. You guys are getting your reading all on your lonesome here. All right. Yes, this is the card of separation, cutting something out of your life. The King and Queen of Swords want you to make no bones about it. They want you to get rid of it. You feel it in your gut instinct. You know deep down inside, from a creative standpoint, that in order for blessings to come in, that you may be needing to do this is where the fat is needing to be trimmed in regards to your addictions, in regards to people that you love or people that you once cared about that are having trouble facing their addictions, and they're not going to be able to face their addictions as long as you're on the wrong side of the coin as an enabler and not as somebody who is proactively maybe pushing them to get help. And pushing them to get help sometimes means pushing them away from you, okay? That sort of thing. That's going to mean something for a few Tauruses. It got really heavy all of a sudden with that, but let's see. Up in communication, we've got 5 of Swords now, straight up. All right. Now, do some of you just have straight up jealous lovers that don't believe you when you're like, I'm not cheating on you, but I have my own independent life? And maybe they're just like accusing you of like, the reason you're not paying attention to me, there's someone else, isn't there? There's someone else. This air sign for that plot line is somebody still could be nagging at you. Maybe they don't trust you, but they expect you to love them. But at the same time, they're not trusting you. And as well, 5 of Swords here is maybe there is a situation where this person that's in your heart has been getting away with something, for far too long. And it's almost like you may be feeling alone, Taurus. My heart goes out to you. You may be feeling alone and isolated with this because you're the one that's upset with the behavior, wanting to separate from yourself. But it may mean that you're also having to separate yourself for something else, because this person may have had like some sort of favor in their addiction. And there might have been some sort of like community that had grown or involved around a certain addiction, whatever it might be. Especially if it was drug related, or if it's just like binge drinking and that sort of thing, is a potential for that. If this is something heavier, more like somebody like just can't turn off the pornography, if somebody just can't stop oogling other girls while they're walking down the street with you, this is a very tough energy to deal with. This is somebody you may want to just go out, develop some new friendships of your own. If this person is kind of being a donkus and a stick in the mud, and not letting you be liberated in a place of expansion while they just go ahead and do whatever the hell they want, you have to mirror that energy to reflect that back at them. You go out, you do whatever the hell you want, you cultivate new friendships, you cut off the old ties with other people that may be judging you for not being just laying down and taking it, because that happens too, right? In terms of these situations of communities that form around addiction and form around degenerative sort of life choices, okay? If you're deciding to get up from that, you're going to be prepared for a bit of a battle. But this 5 of Swords is almost like people will be accusing you of creating the bullshit, but deep down inside, you know that the bullshit had been created a long time ago and that you're the one that's just stepping out of it. So the dynamic is changing. You were an instigator, but it's almost like you're doing it for help because you realized enough is enough. Too much time is going past and we're not moving forward here. And we need to make some certain conciliations for ourselves, concessions for ourselves. We need to do things on our own accord, so that that person might just say, well, holy, they just up and left, or they've got a whole new group of friends now that I don't even know about, and they look happy, they look healthy, their complexion is back, they like may have dropped 10 or 15 pounds. What the heck happened? Because this person is asleep in their addiction. You've gone out and shown them, like, you're not going to bend down for any of that, right? Why would you do that? Pentacles, pentacles, pentacles. Here we are, finally. And this is a good place for her to show up. She is here in your pineal gland, in your third eye chakra. And this is your guidance. This is your higher self coming in and say, take care of yourself. Please do not allow anyone to take away your liberties, your freedoms. And that doesn't mean like your ability to get in the car and go to choose Wendy's or McDonald's type liberties. These are the liberties of being down in yourself. Somebody that's like always in your headspace, you have no choice sometimes but to think about them because they're so close to you. And it's like you have such a history, a rich past with them. And so you can't help not but be consumed by their emotions or their actions, and so that ends up not allowing you to be in an expansion, a place of liberty inside of you, right? And that's why this judgment wants to break these chains. It wants to call out whoever this oppressor, this accuser is. Judgment is wanting to call it out. It's wanting to say we need to reveal it so that we can get rid of it. And to be honest with you, if it's come down to a point where it's a mental health thing, you saw the disclaimer at the front. I'm not a doctor, not a psychologist, not a psychiatrist. If you have benefits, maybe go talk to somebody about this, or what you can do and what your options are. If you're needing to have like a good mental health day, sometimes it's just better to go and accept something professional rather than sitting down watching Judge Judy or Dr. Phil day in, day out. Or maybe it's just like tarot feed after tarot feed, because there are a lot of readers that will just read the mundane and keep you kind of, living in the moment. Like, well, where is the healing? So eventually we got to get out the door and go and get this healed, get this looked at. For some of you, it won't be to that level. You could just simply go out and have a good time with some new people that you meet, or like if no one's paying attention to you because they're all asleep in their addictions, just slip out the door and go start living your life, sort of thing. Okay, it'd be easy for you. All right, now let's see. We've got Eight of Swords up, and so here it is. Crown chakra. I wish the cards were better for you, Taurus. They started out really good. It's like things seem to be going easy, but you're wanting a change that you know is going to be difficult. You know it's going to bring a little bit of adversity when you start the gears in motion and making this change. So, with the Eight of Swords energy, the clue is here. It's like you're trapped. Become aware of it, because you have the keys to your own shackle. Taurus is the gatekeeper here. This is the one that's going to be freeing things up or digging the hole even deeper. And you don't want to keep digging your own hole, because the longer you do it, the harder it is to get out. It's like vicious like circles, like catch-22s I see with this. I would have loved to have seen the Seven of Pentacles here instead of Eight of Swords, but we've got Eight of Swords, so I want to make sure, Taurus, you're getting some bonus help. Any friends that you have around you that are removed from your situation or that immediate circle, let's go talk to them. Let's do the healthy things that we need to do. Let's get up. For some of you as well, my heart goes out because I'm just seeing this now, and there could be something to do with some illnesses and some sicknesses that you may be being called away for, and there's other things hitting you from the side here. Not to be a total Debbie Downer, but it's almost like we're looking at issues of like mental health, and for some people even maybe a little bit of physical health when it comes to like getting them, back to off addictions, or getting them some help, or getting medical treatment. Like I said, this is entertainment purposes only. These cards got heavy really fast, all right? But I think even though we've got Five of Swords and Eight of Swords, we can't sugarcoat this, right? There's bullshit that's occurring, and it's almost like you guys are instigating, but you're doing it to get yourself free of bullshit that was already been around you, and it has been around you for far too long. So don't worry when other people come at you trying to accuse you of things, trying to judge you of things, when all you're doing is taking the steps to free yourself from some particular situation. Taurus, this is heavy-duty stuff. I just want to see what Eight of Swords, we're going to relate it back to some day-to-day things. Even though it's there in a crown chakra, it's almost like an arcing type energy, right? It's above. So Seven of Cups is like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Are we going to dig our own hole? Are we going to say, well, I need to escape? Maybe I just need to straight up leave this situation. Maybe somebody can talk some sense into this person I care about and truly love them. Or maybe I need to talk some sense into myself so I find some inner strength here to actually pull away from these type energies, right? From these type things. So we're asking why Eight of Swords is there for Taurus in the crown chakra energy. Why is Taurus feeling trapped in their own mind about this? What is up with Eight of Swords? I think we nailed it pretty good, but I'm just like, for some of you, because I saw like that hospital, I was tuned into situations where like sort of doctors and like professional people were coming in. All right. All right. So for some of you, this is a long-term partner. This is like not going to be easy to deal with. This is somebody that you've been through good times and bad times with together, and it's like so painful to try and call it for what it is. Or for some of you, it's just very painful for you to like be awake and aware of the knowledge that certain people are on their ascension process. They're on their way up, and other people seem to be on their way down. And like people in passing, kind of like when day shift goes into night shift, and there's that really cute person on day or night shift, and you only see them at the door, but you never get to spend any time with them because your lives are completely going on at different schedules. That's kind of the way it is. You see them in passing, and you can recognize from the clues. It doesn't mean you can't love that person. It doesn't mean you can't be with that person. But what it does mean is that there will be some tough times in terms of energy sharing, in times of like trying to understand each other and trying to like, you may be the one here trying to wake somebody up to the fact, like, you know what, maybe we've left old conditioning, we've left old belief structures behind, but this other person just doesn't want to see it, and they say, well, get off your high horse, get off your pedestal, you're just as egoic as the other person that claims that they're ascending, or they've been saying, and you're just like, I'm just trying to do my thing here. Like, I would think that you could enjoy life a lot more if you didn't drink 2 bottles of whiskey a day or smoke 3 packs of cigarettes, whatever it might be, applied to your situation. If you made love to me instead of watching pornography all the time, whatever it might be to your situation, okay? That's kind of that energy sharing that goes on. It doesn't mean you can't be with that person. It doesn't mean that person doesn't mean the world to you, or that you're giving up on all the fond memories or all of the celebrations or the family structure altogether. You're not giving up on it. You may just have to subtly step out from the intangible, the unseen, the energy that person sometimes try to put on you when they're too blinded in their addictions and their own comfort and their own ego. So they'll just try and unload extra baggage onto you, and you're like, you didn't even do anything to deserve it, just kind of by being there, sort of thing. All right, Taurus, I beat it to a dead horse, right? But you know what, you guys, I just want to make sure that you guys are, breathing fresh, breathe in deeply, enjoy each and every day of your life. Use this time when you have those hours to really be where you want to be. Go out and make the most of that. Deep breathing, okay, look at this. You've got card 40, follow the leader. Up here, that's kind of interesting. I'm going to get my book for that one. I've been trying to intuit most of these oracle cards now that I've had, especially this deck. I've had it for a while, and it's been working good for most of the signs. But I gotta say, Taurus, with these cards coming so heavy, we're going to pick one more here from Oracle Wisdom. With these cards getting heavy as they did towards the end with 5 and 8 of Swords up, we had Judgment, we had like number 15 Major as a clarifier. It was just like, what is going on? It started out, and the King and Queen of Swords showed up together to like make sure you acutely heard the message, that you became aware, you became wise to a certain thing. Okay. From the Oracle, we've got by the book, and we've got clean it up, right? So this one could be cleaning up the act, and like, look at this, follow the leader. We've got these elephants doing the same thing, following the leader. So we're going to leave that one, and we're going to read these two. Taurus, you guys might get a little bit of bonus because you had to wait till last, but I'm going to give you the reading for both of these cards, because when it comes to this heavy of energy and this heavy of reading, I want to make sure that you guys get the most bang for your buck. Number 40, follow the leader. I quote, Every life is a teaching tool for others. Your authenticity and honesty are an example to those around you. You're being called to lead others by example. Your wisdom has been earned as a result of your bravery in the adventure of your life. The experiences of battles won and lost, places discovered, tears that were shed, and joys that have been revealed have placed you on a unique position of service to others. Your suffering has been crystallized into a talisman of wisdom. Now you must share it. By being fully authentic, you'll lead others into the light. You'll be required to divulge some things about your past so that you may help someone else. Lead with love. There is another message here as well. Look to those whose great character and accomplishments you admire. Emulate the leaders you respect. You will then, in turn, have more to offer. So yes, if you see someone kind of like self imploding or being their own worst enemy, maybe you can step in here. Maybe you can be in a position where we're not giving up on it. We're just going to maybe do some energy mirroring so this person can see. Maybe you can some certain tricks that you can do to sort of wake the people up around you, which is we definitely saw that in this heart chakra position. All right, let's look at the beautiful reindeer with the feather duster in his mouth. And what is he's just chilling out there? What is he going on? He's number 21 from the what is this? Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Both of these decks were created by Colette Baron Reed, and they're really awesome. They're really, I feel, attached to sort of this 3D into 5D. This sort of like the very abstract nature of the path that we're on, the intangible path that we're on, just being, just one small iota away from our 3D trials and tribulations so that we're getting back to where we need to be. Okay, sorry guys, I just was a little long-winded there while I was looking for the page and then still can't. Oh, here we go. Number 21, clean it up. Getting to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. That's very true. And the message behind this card is, if you ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk, what? Have you ever felt so bogged down with emotional gunk that you couldn't think straight? Could you talk about thinking straight? King and Queen of Swords are here. Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home also? Too much work, overwhelmed, time to clean house. Every item out of place natters away at you. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack, takes up this energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds up to unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for the blessings that are wanting to come into your life. And yeah, you've got to do it. If this person doesn't want to help you, just shove them off in a corner with their TV and their 12-pack of beer. Just do that. You make the life around you what you want it to be. You make sure that, loose ends are taken care of. And, if that is enabling this person while you're trying to get them help, make sure you take care of yourself first, Taurus. Then that way you can help others. Because it never happens the other way around. If you're, just not maybe feeling strong enough emotionally or spiritually to get this person or get this situation moving, focus number one on yourself, cleaning up this emotional indecision, this emotional gunk, and bringing clarity to the situation. Have those tough conversations with yourself, the King and Queen of Swords there. Okay, Taurus, this one got tough. This one got a little gritty towards the end. I know you guys can do it. You're a powerful, strong sign. And make sure you just kind of, like I mentioned earlier, stay at your own timeline. Stay in your own place, right? If other people want to pick up, move past you, or they're moving even slower than you are, just relax on that. Don't worry too much. Do your own thing. Take care of yourself, and then you'll be able to see that beautiful mirroring energy once you start taking care of yourself, how that expands into the environment around us. All right, I'll quit blathering on. I love you guys lots, and we'll see you next time.